So, the build-up to this year's WrestleMania has been underwhelming at best, in particular relating to the championship matches that are taking place. I mean, it's all been so lackluster that I just kind of forgot it was coming up. Like, I knew WrestleMania was coming, but I thought I had more time. Yeah, so yeah, that's why you suddenly got 3 episodes of the Maction Zone this past week. I thought I could just do some more and set things up because I wanted to do a special thing, and obviously, it just kind of ran out of time. And added to all of that, there was supposed to be a match between Randy Orton and Kevin Owens, but that got scuttled due to Owens being injured. And they are setting up a replacement match, but it hasn't been formally announced as I am recording this. So right now, the signs are pointing to either Nick Aldis, the SmackDown GM, or possibly the returning Aleister Black, or Malachi Black if you remember him from AEW. Again, could be, like I said, I'm not going to actually predict it, but I mean, those are likely candidates. Miro, aka Rusev, is also coming back, so maybe it could be him, especially since they might be planning something else for Aleister Black, but who really knows at this point? Okay, so obviously these matches are going to be split across Night 1 and Night 2. This is the lineup for those nights. As to the exact match order, maybe. I don't know. It might be off a little bit. I mean, except for the main events, obviously. Those are the last matches, but I think we all are familiar with that. And again, that could also fall into the category of why this build-up has been so bad. I mean, the Royal Rumble, they spent the whole show talking about the winners were going to main event WrestleMania, and then neither of the Rumble winners are main eventing WrestleMania. You seeing the problem there. Anyway, we'll come back after this little blip here and start talking about, we'll go through the predictions and the matches and the like.
When I need to get serious, I get back to basics. And when I'm looking for a serious boost of energy, I need to feel the sting.
For an extreme boost of energy and 3 great players, you've got to feel the sting. YJ Stinger, made exclusively by the manufacturers of Stacker 2, the world's strongest fat burner.
Feel the sting.
Get into all the sounds and action of the WCW with the electronic Nitro Wrestling Arena. You activate the sound. Hear the call of the Wolfpack as Kevin Nash struts up the runway. Launch Macho Man from the top turnbuckle. Hit the ropes and hear the action as you fire Goldberg across the ring.
It sounds just like I'm at a match.
Lowering Sting from the rafters. Hear the count as you pin your opponent. This is no ordinary ring. It's the best WCW wrestling ring ever.
Who's next?
The new WCW Electronic Nitro Wrestling Arena. Figures sold separately. Batteries not included.
Okay, so yes, these are the matches for Night 1. Again, not entirely sure if the match order will be correct, but this is how it's going to go. Okay, so we're going to start things off with the Women's Championship match between Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. Or to put it simply, the first of our Trainwreck builds, starting with a one-sided argument and then ending on off-scripted personal sniping. Right now, I mean, Charlotte Flair has all the momentum. I mean, even, with Tippy's little odd low blow, I guess now technically 2 weeks ago, it just seems like this has been Charlotte's to lose the whole time. Like, I'm sure after Charlotte won the Rumble and then decided to accept Tiffany's offer to challenge her, for lack of a better term, yeah, this has just been so one-sided with Charlotte. Like, I think, like I said, at the beginning, I would have maybe picked Stratton. I mean, but now she just looks weak and needy, and it's like, she did this because she feels she has to prove herself against Charlotte, and it just, again, the match could be good. I'm not saying it's going to be bad, but yeah, like I said, given Charlotte's history, beating Asuka, beating Rhea Ripley, beating Ronda Rousey, am I forgetting any? Yeah, I'm guessing Charlotte's going to win this one. There's no evidence to the contrary here, so yeah, Charlotte will win. Our next matchup is the World Tag Team Championship match between the War Raiders and the New Day. Well, at least we're getting a tag title match on a PLE again. pretty much second one in the last 3, if you don't count NXT ones. And yeah, this has actually gotten some build in the last few months. I mean, ever since the New Day's surprise heel turn late last year. I'm not entirely sure what exactly they're going with the War Raiders or the Viking Raiders or whatever their name is this week. I mean, I know they've pushed them when they came back as being their more vicious War Machine-esque selves. So, yeah, again, but other than that, I just don't really know what it is they're doing. And that's kind of why I'm guessing that New Day, the Renaissance continues here. They're going to win this match. I don't think they've ever actually won the tag titles at WrestleMania. I can't remember. The only ones I can think of, every match I can think of them being in, they've actually lost. So, again, as this new heel, New Day makes a bit more sense, I think them winning the championship makes way more sense here. So, yeah, New Day will win this one. The next match we're going to cover is Naomi taking on Jade Cargill, and what I feel is definitely the one match that has had the best build-up to this entire show. And yes, I mean this entire show. They have told a really good story with great promos. It's fully realized. It all makes sense. I particularly like the promo Naomi had this past week with the razor blades and everything. That was really well done. That being said, I think with Naomi being a freshly turned heel, it would make a bit more sense for her to win. It would help build momentum for this new character. But Jade Cargill is super protected still. I think they're trying to book her to be as unstoppable as she was during the initial part of her AEW run. I don't really see that changing here. My pick is Cargill wins this. So yeah, again, I think the match will be fine. It's not that it's going to be bad, but again, the storyline that probably makes a bit more sense probably will not be executed. Our next matchup is Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano, aka Chad Gable in a luchador mask. Yeah, I don't really know what to make of this. I kind of like the idea. It's sort of goofy and funny the way Gable can play this. That he was on an anti-lucha kick, and the best way for him to defeat that is to become a lucha himself, and the way they've tried to play misdirection is that he's not under the mask, but yeah, that's about it. I'm not entirely sure why Rey Mysterio is the one to step up for this. I mean, I guess I know why, because they want Chad Gable to win this. Chad Gable will win this match. If you could put him up against Rey Fenix, but again, Fenix just debuted, it doesn't really make sense. Penta has his own thing. Again, if he does this and loses, you're breaking up the momentum of 2 of your newest big signees. Again, those guys are already super over. Ray can do this. He can eat the loss and still maintain some credibility. I think if either of the Lucha Bros did this and lost, it would almost derail them. So yeah, it's going to be Chad Gable winning this, and I don't know what happens after that. Up next, we have the World Heavyweight Championship match between Walter and Jey Uso. Or in other words, the other major train wreck of a build-up. Yeah, whatever momentum Jey Uso had after winning the Royal Rumble, it seems like WWE did a really good job of just pissing that all away. I mean, we had 3 weeks of Jey winning a match, cutting a promo, and then suddenly getting choked out by Walter. I mean, I think this maybe fell into the problem of, because we had 2.5 months between the Rumble and WrestleMania, that they had to try to pad this out a little bit, but it just really didn't work. And added to that, of course, Jey had that horrible botch in that match against, was it Theory or Grayson Waller? One of those two, and, thankfully no one got hurt. But again, that was almost a horrible state of affairs there. I mean, on the bright side, Jey is still over with the crowd. We do have to kind of remind ourselves that a lot of the online people who are complaining about this are just an annoyingly vocal minority, so I am still very much leaning towards Jey Uso winning this match. I wouldn't be shocked if he lost, but again, he's still over with the crowd. I'm gonna just, again, given what might happen later, or at least the next night, they'll probably want to send some of the fans home happy, so at least that'll help. Again, I'm gonna pick Jey Uso. Up next, it's the United States Championship match between LA Knight and Jacob Fatu, and yeah, I forgot LA Knight won back the championship too. It happened on, was it a SmackDown? Yeah, it did not happen at PLE, I know that. Jacob Fatu right now has all the momentum. I think fans are definitely itching for him to get a championship and really show his stuff. I do think there could be a betrayal from Solo Sikoa here, but I think it would work a lot better if Jacob won the championship and then Solo turned on him, because that would probably make a little bit more sense. Do kind of a version of Randy Orton winning the championship from Name Redacted in 2004, and then Evolution immediately turning on him. I think that would work a lot better. So yeah, Jacob Fatu is going to win this. And that, of course, leads us into the main event for Night 1 of WrestleMania, the triple threat match between CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. Now, of course, CM Punk is calling in his favor, which is for Paul Heyman to be in his corner for this match, which should mean something. I'm not entirely sure as to what. Also, Seth Rollins has apparently asked Paul Heyman a favor, which may or may not pay off in some way, shape, or form. Again, the build-up to this one, I think, has been very uneven. I think, just the way they've done it mostly was okay until just recently. I think they got a little too convoluted with the whole favor thing. And I can't help but think that, again, because Rollins is asking for this favor, that this means that, Heyman is probably going to turn on CM Punk. I don't think he's necessarily going to turn on Roman Reigns, but he could turn on CM Punk, and that would allow Seth Rollins to get the victory. And yeah, I actually think that Rollins is going to win this one. I think just in terms of the momentum and the way everything's working right now, it doesn't really make sense to have Roman Reigns win this. Punk obviously would make a bit of sense because, he's getting his dream of main eventing WrestleMania. But yeah, I think overall, Rollins is actually the one to win this. I think that would help get him over a bit more as a heel. Again, maybe, and then build towards the Reigns-Punk feud that they obviously want to have as well. So, again, having Rollins weasel a victory makes a lot of sense here. Okay, so obviously that concludes Night 1 of WrestleMania, so I'll be back after the break and we'll talk about the matches on Night 2.
More great wrestling action is on Sports Channel. Host Bob Caudle has all the excitement of Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling. Each week such stars as gorgeous Jimmy Garvin, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, the tag team of the Midnight Express, and the Russians Ivan Koloff and Crusher Khrushchev make up an exciting lineup from the NWA. Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling, worldwide wrestling, right here on Sports Channel.
In Columbus.
The biggest stars in professional wrestling come to the Arizona Event Center Friday, January 23rd, 7 p.m. as the International Wrestling Federation presents The Chosen One. An 8-man tournament will crown the first ever IWF champion. See former WWE superstars Matt Sydal and Drew Galloway, Chris Hero, Brian Cage, the Young Bucks, and all the IWF stars. A fan fest starts at 4, where you can meet all your favorite stars. Get your tickets at the Arizona Event Center or online at IWFlive.com.
Okay, moving on to Night 2, we're going to start things off with the triple threat match for the Women's World Championship between Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair. Or in other words, the match that made that Elimination Chamber show mostly pointless. At least on the women's side. Belair won, so she's facing Ripley, but then Ripley is defending her championship against Io Sky, and Belair is scoting her... and that distracts Ripley and allows Io to get a quick victory for the pin. And yeah, so now it's a triple threat because Rhea bullied her way into the match. Yeah, can you tell I don't really like this? Right now, the prevailing belief is that Bianca Belair is going to win. To be honest, I would rather see Io Sky win. She lost her championship last year. To have her lose it again, I think would just be kind of cruel. But yeah, right now, I don't really see another reason. Maybe a Bianca heel turn is going to happen, but other than that, like I said, no real reason to disagree with the experts here. I think Bianca Belair is going to win. So yeah, I wish I could say more, but unfortunately, that's kind of it. Okay, our next match is going to be the Fatal 4-Way for the Intercontinental Championship between Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, and Penta El Zero Miedo. So basically the end of the Judgment Day is upon us, or at least the Judgment Day as we know it. Dominic has been lobbying for a new member to join the group. Balor doesn't really want that. So it seems that this is being designed to help get Finn Balor kicked out of the Judgment Day. And a lot of people have been theorizing that he will be replaced by Aleister Black. I guess we'll see, but yeah, it does seem like the Judgment Day is finally running its course. I just don't know if Finn Balor can necessarily go back to being a babyface at this point. Again, I am one of the few people I don't think his heel run has been that great, but again, I don't think he's got any momentum behind him right now. Now, Penta has been on a tear, but again, that's kind of why he's not facing Chad Gable. But yeah, right now I just don't see a reason to take the belt off of Braun Breaker. Like, I think he could have it for a couple more months. I think he's going to win this one. So yeah, I'm picking Braun Breaker to win. Up next, we have Logan Paul versus AJ Styles. I have no idea why this is a match. There was something about a joke at one point. I mean, I guess Paul did eliminate Styles from the Royal Rumble, but other than that, I have no idea. I mean, unfortunately, AJ Styles has been kind of spinning his wheels at this point. I'm still not entirely sure if he's supposed to be a babyface or a heel anymore. I mean, he's facing Paul, so at least I think here he's a babyface. But again, it just Paul insulted him at some point. They argued. I'm guessing WWE will do what they think is good PR and have Logan Paul win. After that, it's the Women's Tag Team Championship match with Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez facing Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Now, Bayley and Valkyria have been fighting over the Women's Intercontinental Championship, so yeah, there was a match. Valkyria kind of won with a roll-up, I think. I don't think she hit her finisher. But yeah, she won, and then Bayley kind of begrudgingly shook her hand, so I'm guessing Bayley is going to turn here. It doesn't make any sense to have Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez lose their belts. They're pretty over as a tag team. They work really well together. No reason for them to lose, like I said. So yeah, Liv and Raquel win. Bayley turns. No real shock, I guess. Up next, it's the Sin City Street Fight between Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. McIntyre's competing despite having some injuries, at least in storyline. I mean, I don't know if his eye injury is necessarily legit, but he apparently has something else injured. I'm not entirely sure. Again, kind of like AJ Styles earlier, Damian Priest has been spinning his wheels, especially since he arrived on SmackDown. I mean, he lost his championship, he feuded with Balor, but yeah, he hasn't really had much else after that. And a win really could restore his momentum, but in the end, I think Drew's more over as a heel right now. I think he needs momentum, especially if, maybe something else happens and he needs to feud with someone, and Cody needs a feud, so yeah, I think Drew McIntyre is going to win this. He needs to kind of look a lot stronger. And that brings us into the main event for the show, WWE Undisputed Championship match between Cody Rhodes and John Cena. I don't know exactly how much The Rock is necessarily going to be involved in this. He has not been mentioned since the initial Cena heel turn after Elimination Chamber. CM Punk came out and cut a railing promo against him. A few other guys did. And other than that, though, he hasn't really been mentioned. It's been focused mainly on heel Cena. However, I do think because of the lack of The Rock's involvement, that has made the build for this one a little bit soft. Now, overall, I do think the John Cena heel turn has been very well done. But again, I think it's like the Hollywood commitments have gotten in the way on both ends, and it's just, I just don't really see this. I think that's added a bit of clunkiness to it. The fact that John Cena can't be there every week, The Rock can't be there every week, so you just have Cody standing in the ring, talking into the camera, and then maybe Cena popping up every so often to quip something. And even then, it's more about railing against the fans than it is about Cody. That being said, I think they're building towards Cena winning this. He'll probably win it, and then, Cody will win Money in the Bank or something and face Cena at SummerSlam. He'll win, he'll do the right thing and win clean. That will earn Cena's respect and lead to a redemption of sorts. Maybe in the match, Randy Orton comes out and turns on Cody, because obviously they've been building to that too. So, yeah, Cena wins, and surprisingly enough, no one riots. Okay, so we'll come back after the break here, and we'll do a recap and then talk about what's coming next.
New Grandma's chocolate chip cookies.
You know what bugs me about some of them chocolate chip cookies, Bessie? No, they're hard and dry. Got no character. That's right. But yours are crispy. Yep. Fresh tasting, lots of chips. I might add delicious. But the amazing part is, you're the worst cook in Crawford County. What happened? Just a late bloomer, I suppose.
New Grandma's cookies taste suspiciously close to homemade.
It's John Cena talking about that drink from Stacker 2. It's all over your streets like your favorite shoe, so heads up for that drink that's breaking through. And it comes in them 3 fat flavors too. Let me explain to you, this is not your ordinary. You can feel the blaze of enraged raspberry. YJ Stinger will maximize your focus. All them other energy drinks, man, they bogus. It's the real drink to keep you rugged and raw. Bust down the door to your convenience store. You and your crew should raid the fridge to get this. Lemon lime blitz to that sinful citrus that enhances concentration. That'll help you think. If you at the club, mix it with your favorite drink. Stinger's #1, that's a guarantee. You into low carbs, baby? Rock the sugar-free. Stinger picks you up from the midday crunch. Enjoy a cool can of that pound and punch. And it keeps me rocking in the wrestling ring. So go and catch the buzz, feel the sting.
Yeah, check it. That was John Cena laying it down freestyle for YJ Stinger, the extreme energy drink. Catch the buzz, feel the sting.
Okay, so to recap, on night 1 of WrestleMania, I like Charlotte Flair over Tiffany Stratton. I like the New Day over the War Raiders. I like Jade Cargill over Naomi. I like Jey Uso over Walter. I like Jacob Fatu over LA Knight. I like Chad Gable over Rey Mysterio. And I like Seth Rollins over Roman Reigns and CM Punk. On night 2 of WrestleMania, I like Bianca Belair over Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. I like Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez over Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. I like Braun Breaker over Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, and Penta El Zero Miedo. I like Logan Paul over AJ Styles. I like Drew McIntyre over Damian Priest. And I like John Cena over Cody Rhodes. If that does seem a little off, I remind you that the Randy Orton-Kevin Owens match got scuttled, so again, there's a replacement, but it has not been formally announced yet, so I didn't do a prediction for it. Also, I do think there might be one more match, but it could be on SmackDown alongside the tag title match between the Street Profits and the Motor City Machine Guns, and of course the Andre Battle Royal. And that's Chelsea Green putting the Women's United States Championship up against Zelina Vega. If you don't know, they had a match last week, or this past Friday on SmackDown, that had a little bit of a scuttled finish. Apparently Chelsea miscounted the 10 count, got counted out in a match that was supposed to end with a pinfall, and I wonder if they might do a rematch to have a make good on that or something. Like I said, it could be on SmackDown, maybe it'll be on WrestleMania if they don't do anything with Orton, but yeah, other than that, I can't really predict it, so I guess if you want to know the SmackDown before the Mania, I'm guessing the Street Profits retain over the Machine Guns, and is Strowman in the Battle Royale? Whatever, Strowman. The Andre Battle Royale was fun for about a couple of years, and it really hasn't been. I think the last truly noteworthy winner was, surprisingly enough, Jey Uso. Okay, so this video should be going up on Tuesday, April 15th. On Thursday, April 17th, we're going to have basically the unedited footage you're seeing right here, or Grapple Sanity, or WrestleMania 41, I'm sure of it. So you're going to be, like I said, you're going to be seeing that unedited footage, and I do have to warn you, it will be long. Anyway, after that, the WrestleMania 41 recap and review is going to be on Monday. That'll be the 21st. It might be in the afternoon. Again, it depends on how long it takes to shoot and edit and get everything done. And from there, we're going to shift our focus to the NFL Draft. We'll have a preview. We'll talk about some of the offseason rule changes and stuff like that, some of the free agency signings, the never-ending Aaron Rodgers nightmare. And then, of course, we'll have a recap and review video after the draft is held. And somewhere around that time, too, we'll have the random trade review on the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl Volume 1. See you all next time. Hey guys, remember, you can help me expand my professional wrestling coverage by supporting me on Patreon at patreon.com/SleepyTimeForCat Productions. Also, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Yeah.